Enlarged prostate is a very common problem that millions of men would experience as they get older. Now, according to studies, more than 20% of men in their 50s have enlarged prostate, and this number actually jumps to 60 to 70% of men above the age of 60s and 80 to 90% of men above the age of 80. So if you are a man, you are most likely to have an enlarged prostate. So today in this video, I am going to talk about the 11 warning symptoms of an enlarged prostate. Now, why should you know them? Because this way, knowing the early symptoms of an enlarged prostate is going to help you make informed decisions about your prostate health. So let's get into these signs. Number one is hematuria. Hematuria simply means blood in urine, and let's be real, seeing blood in your pee is never a normal thing. And for most men, these symptoms tend to appear in the later stage of prostate enlargement. But here is what is actually going on. As your prostate gland enlarges, it actually puts extra pressure on the blood vessels surrounding your bladder as well as your urethra. And sometimes this extra pressure can cause these blood vessels to rupture, and a little bit of blood ends up in your urine. So if you are seeing blood in your pee, that could mean that you have an enlarged prostate. Now, the second symptom of an enlarged prostate to look out for is something you would never expect, and that is urinary tract infection. Urinary tract infections are often thought of as more common in women, but men also have it, especially if they have an enlarged prostate. So if you have an enlarged prostate, your prostate gland is going to choke up your urethra, it's going to block your urethra, making it difficult for urine to pass through it. So that is going to trigger urinary retention. And then this little urine that is left over in your bladder can actually create an environment, a perfect environment for bacterial growth, and that is going to result in urinary tract infection. So if you are having urinary tract infection as a man, most especially if you are above the age of 50s, that could mean that you have an enlarged prostate as well. And number three is pelvic pain. Enlarged prostate sometimes comes with a dull ache or some sort of pressure around the pelvic area, lower back, or even the rectum. As the prostate gland enlarges, it presses on the surrounding tissue as well as the nerves, creating a sort of discomfort, feeling like muscle pain. So if you are experiencing this could actually be a sign of an enlarged prostate, all right? Now, the number four symptom of an enlarged prostate is nocturia. A lot of men with an enlarged prostate usually do not get enough quality sleep due to multiple night trips to the bathroom. So if you have an enlarged prostate, you are going to be waking up multiple times in a night to pee because of you have blocked urethra, which triggers urinary retention, which is going to cause you to be visiting the bathroom more often. Okay, so if you are waking up multiple times in a night to pee, that could simply mean that you have an enlarged prostate. Another common sign of an enlarged prostate is a weak pee stream. If you notice that it takes much longer time in emptying your bladder, or your urine flow is not as strong as it used to be, that could mean that you have an enlarged prostate. So just kind of imagine it like you are watering your garden with a partially pinched hose. That is what it actually looks like, all right? Now, the other common symptom of an enlarged prostate is loss of bladder control. Now, this is also called incontinence. Majority of men with an enlarged prostate usually experience some levels of incontinence. Enlarged prostate puts more pressure on your bladder and your urethra, making it harder to control the urge to urinate. You might find some urine leak into your pants even while doing something like laughing, coughing, or even sneezing. So if you find yourself in this situation having leakage of urine even when you are laughing, sneezing, or coughing, that could mean that you have an enlarged prostate. The number seven symptom of an enlarged prostate is painful urination. Now, this is very common. A lot of men with an enlarged prostate usually have a painful urination, and that is because when you have an enlarged prostate and you have inflammation in your urethra where urine passes through, as urine is passing through that tube, that is going to create some sort of pain, okay? So you could have a painful urination. And number eight is the start-stop urination. Majority of men with an enlarged prostate also experience start-stop urination. So you are urinating, your urine comes out, it stops, it comes out, it stops. Some seconds later, it stops, and it also comes out just like that. If you are noticing that, it could mean that you have an enlarged prostate due to blocked urethra. Now, number nine is abdominal fullness. Have you ever noticed some sensation of fullness or heaviness in your abdomen? The reason why this happens is that When you have an enlarged prostate and you are not emptying your bladder completely, those urine in your bladder are going to put some kind of pressure in your abdominal area. So if you are having abdominal fullness or some kind of heaviness around your abdomen, that could mean that you also have an enlarged prostate, most especially if you're above the age of 60. All right. Now, number 10 is frequent urination. Now, this is self-explanatory. Now, when we think of an enlarged prostate, the first thing that actually comes to our mind is frequent urination. You urinate frequently. And lastly is the sudden intense urge to urinate. Now, this symptom is also called urgency, often catches people by surprise. You may have this strong urge, this powerful urge to urinate even when you've just visited the bathroom, and sometimes this may result in leakage of urine. So if you are experiencing urgency, frequent urination, painful urination, and all of those symptoms which I just mentioned, it will actually mean that you have an enlarged prostate. Now, if you are looking for a more natural way to shrink your prostate, definitely check out this playlist.